Hello, so you're watching the Vets race here in round 6 of the Lincolnshire League. We're about to be underway, and I just wanted to pay attention to the amount of mud stuck to everyone's tyres here from the practice laps. After the last race I rushed to put my mud tyres on, and that was actually completely useless for this race because it's the wrong type of mud, and would have been better leaving the tyres on from before. But you know, that's one of the excuses out of the way. I'm starting from right far back in the grid again because I haven't raced enough Lincolnshire League this year, and the races that I have done I haven't finished high enough, so that's where I'm starting. But I don't appear to have given away any places here, and I'm fighting for every place I can get. Hang on a minute, what's this? I just made up a place, and bash, doors closed. But you know, I'm giving as good as I'm getting, and I've got one of my feet clipped out here, trying to push past people around this corner. Now you can probably hear my gears jumping all over the place there. I did really struggle to get into the right gear on the first lap. I actually had my bike serviced before this race, and they sort of suggested to me that the cassette was looking pretty worn, but I thought, well, it'd be right for one more race, and actually no, I think I should have just taken their advice and whipped a new cassette on. But you live and learn, and that certainly didn't hold me back too much really, but it is what causes the gap to appear in front of me right now. Bang, 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 there goes my gears. And you know, there's always something wrong with bikes, I find. No matter how good your bike is, no matter how well you look after it, there's always something wrong with it. It's really frustrating, but you know, it's only held me back just at this instant, and actually afterwards it's perfectly fine. The course itself isn't too technical. It's going up or down almost all of the time. It's a real fitness test. You're always kind of on the pedals and pushing up these kind of steep little banks. And there's this bit here coming up is the only kind of dismount point to go over the hurdles. I'm holding my own alright here. I'm pretty happy with the way the first lap goes. You know, hanging on with these guys here, and I'm just about to make up a place past the guy in red here who's on exactly the same bike as me. But don't worry, he'll catch me again in a minute, I'm sure. At this point in time, I'm thinking, well, I can still see everybody in front of me. There's not too many gaps opening up. It's going okay. Here's that chap coming back past me on the nice bike. Obviously got a bit more straight line speed than I have, even if I can momentarily hop some hurdles faster than him. Yeah, really not much mud about, really fast circuit, but luckily I am at the current time managing to hang on to this chap's wheel, which is a pretty good place for me to be, I think. Going back through into the first field again and into some chicanes, and that will be the first lap over. Stick around for later on in the video. This is a place where I managed to crash. But as I say, on the whole, first lap went pretty well in retrospect, and pretty happy with the numbers that I did. 245 average power for the first lap, 294 normalised, not too bad. The next picture will show the spiky power profile that this race caused me to produce, with peaks of about 524 watts on average going up the little banks and then cruising back down, then repeat these hard efforts. Just been overtaken by somebody else there. There's a nice little video of what's going on through just past the start finish straight. There I am. and then we're into this nice little spiral here. These are quite again a common feature in cyclocross, where you basically just go round and round and round, and you think, how am I going to get out of this? But eventually it kind of unwinds and you come out the other side. You may be wondering why I'm making these videos. I'm quite enjoying doing it. I seem to be getting quite a few people watching, which is nice, so thank you for doing that. The main reason is like before I started doing these kind of races, I watched no end of this kind of footage from other people, and it really kind of helped me understand what the races were all about, what sort of power I'd have to do to compete, how I could get involved, what it was all about. It just kind of gave me a bit of confidence to get started in both cyclocross and in kind of circuit racing and road racing. So I thought, well, you know, if it's useful to me, then perhaps it'll be useful to other people. Oops, oh no, while I was waffling on about why I'm making videos, I've lost another couple of places there. What a shame. And unfortunately I don't catch those guys back up either. Not much really to say about this part of the race, so I'll just leave you with the authentic sounds of my family heckling me.
Protecting you!
Go! Go faster!
You're doing very well!
Yeah!
I won't go that far.
Anyway, you've got to take some positives from races, and the fact that I seem to be better at dismounting and remounting after hurdles is a good thing. I've improved on that, and that's helping me out in races. But you've also got to learn from the negatives as well, and here's the average power for the second lap, 212, with the equivalent power of 239. A bit of a drop off from the first lap. You do expect somewhat of a drop off, but for me it seems to be a bit more pronounced. The peaks here are down to 442 on average, and just, you know, a lot less power on those uphill segments. And here I've lost another place to the chap who I was basically neck and neck with for most of the race in round 2 in one of my previous videos, but this time unfortunately he just kind of blasts past me, and I'm not able to stick on his wheel for very long at all. And it just shows that probably he is a more powerful rider on this kind of course than I am, but also my power is dropping off from what I was able to do from the first lap quite significantly for the laps 2, 3, 4, 5. Over those hurdles again, and you can see the third lap power to 13, and even lower peaks here, 406 watts on average on the peaks. So I'm just going a lot less harder on the second and third lap, and it keeps kind of drifting throughout the race really. And I just think that points to lack of stamina, lack of endurance. I need to do more endurance rides really throughout the season, and that's probably one of my weaknesses to work on, which I guess is a good bit of learning from this. And it's good to have some targets to work on for next season really. I'm not going to completely write off the rest of this season. I can probably still improve throughout the season, but you know, I'm not really going to be able to improve my base fitness in such a short period of time. And okay, here's the bit that I mentioned earlier, and I don't really know what I did wrong here. I think I was just getting a bit tired and sloppy, and bang, there we go, down. Straight back up again. Nothing's wrong with the bike this time, thankfully, and we kind of get going quite quickly, but it does lead to the loss of another place or two in the race. And it's at this kind of point in the race where I'm feeling a bit low about it all. I lose the place here, and I see the 3 laps to go banner there. I'm actually not going to have 3 laps to go. This is where I get lapped by the race leaders. So only 2 more laps for me to get around. And you can just see the difference in the speed and how smooth they are as riders. You know, fair play to them. They obviously work really hard at it, and probably been doing it for a long time, and it certainly shows in their ability. There's another guy zooming past me down the hill. But this is where I'm at right now, and I just need to think about, you know, short-term things like working on my running, sprinting, repeated short efforts, and longer term, really need to start planning for next year, and working on my base endurance. If anybody's got any suggestions, any other ideas, things that have helped you to improve your cyclocross, then please let me know in the comments. But that's it for now. Here's the finish line. Time to start thinking about the next race, which for me is also in the Links League at Spalding. Hopefully you found something of interest in the video and taken something from it. If you want to give me some feedback, then please do so in the comments. And yeah, see you for another video soon. Here are the results of the race. I was 12th out of 15 in the Vet 40 category. Here you can see the kind of the what I'm going on about with the lap times gradually getting worse. 7:22, 7:27, 7:50, 7:47. Some of that is kind of mental strength, being able to push through when things aren't going quite according to plan, and some of it is clearly kind of base endurance, fitness. Whereas the riders higher up the leaderboard seem to be a bit more consistent. They get locked in on their lap pace, and they sort of stick to that through the rest of the race. Well done to everyone else who was in this race. I'm going to be doing a few more Links League races coming up, so we'll be able to see if I can improve. Cheers for watching the video. See you later.